It almost didn't even happen. Hold on, because I still have to figure out the lighting. Hold on, we need the mood lighting for today. I kind of like that. I don't know. I do kind of like it. Let's see. It's a lot of rainbow. It is a lot of rainbow, and you do need all that rainbow for for what we're doing. I might go with this. It's giving taste the rainbow. Working our magic jujus. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. I'm going with it. All right. Whew. Wait, yo, it just wait, no, I did too much. Just when I said I was going with it, literally, I said I was gonna go with it, and then it was like, yeah, hold on, let's hold on, let's find. No, that's too much. There we go. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna go with it now. I'm nervous. Like literally, everything just like shut down. Everything just went bazonkers. Like right when I was like, okay, let's go. We're going live today. The dog started barking, like the power. It was all crazy. Anyway, I am happy to be here with you. Hello, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Everybody's here. You see now, literally, the dog is barking. It's kind of like I don't know. It's giving. Why are they doing? Let me. You know what? I'm gonna have to pause because I'm gonna have to put the dog away because I don't know what they're doing today. Hold on. Hold on. Oh goodness. Integrate. Yeah. Integrate. Okay. All right, we're back again, guys. I don't know, y'all. All right. Okay. I apologize. I've already said it. I've had to apologize like 15 times. Okay. I think I got the dogs right though. I think I got them right. I think we can do this. I would like to take a little moment for us to breathe. You know what I mean? Okay, so in order to recenter, in order for us to relax, I don't even know if I have lights. Do I have lights? No, I don't have lights. Okay. I don't know what's going on today with the dogs. I don't know what's going on today with the the electrical system. I don't know, but I'm gonna let it be. It is what it is, and I'm gonna start with we're starting right here. Hello, welcome yet again, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everybody. I'm Asia, the Soulful Creatrix. And I know I've been gone. You've been like, I don't even know where this broad has been. Where did you go? And I had some things I had to take care of. I had to get a space. I had to open up a space. So now I have a space. I have a space. It's right here on the compound that way. It's on the compound. It's beautiful. I've now had a couple of clients in the space. I can now say with assurance that the space is awesome and it's doing what I need for it to do. That being said, if you are in West Palm Beach, in Palm Beach County area. I'm in West Palm Beach, okay? So if you are in the Palm Beach County area, or you might be in the Palm Beach County area, like maybe you're one of them snowbirds, any traveling, you're coming down for vacay, visit mom and P-Pop, and because that's literally all that's here is my mom and P-Pop. And I'm a Mimi, so I can say that. And you want to get some, some alignments, some attunements, okay? I now have a space, okay? So I welcome you to come to my space. And if you are in West Palm Beach and want to come to my space, right now, until the end of December. So December 31st is the last day that you can make the appointment. The appointment does not have to be in December, but you do have to book the appointment in December. So you can book an appointment or book a package of appointments in December, starting in January. Let's say like you're going to come down later, you can do that. That's totally authorized. We'll allow that. The dog has decided to just lay here now. I might step on his head. I hope not. But anyway, if you decide to book an appointment, what I'm doing right now, and you book the appointment in December, I am giving a divine path reading, a mini reading of two sorts. Either a mini reading that's just a mini reading that's normal, like our normal mini readings are, where, we just ask one question, get one answer. Or what I'm doing is the yearly tarot. So it's a 2025 tarot reading. I basically pull out the wheel. I did a mini tarot, a wheel tarot back last year. I did a whole video. I think I went live. I was going to give away some tarot cards. It was, awesomely spectacular stuff. I did my wheel live for you guys. You can go back and look at it. I think it was like December 12th last year. I did not do anything December 12th this year. But if you want to look at it, that's what it is. Okay. And I'm giving that away. If you book your appointment for in-person session with me before December 31st, 2024. Okay. And why? Because I think that this is a good way for us to get into that alignment mindset for 2025, right? Which is basically what I'm talking about today. So this is kind of working in with, what I'm talking about today. So I think that getting that, like getting a wheel done or getting a mini reading done, it'll help you with like, where are you going to go for 2025? Like, what can I be focusing on? Where should I be? Where is my alignment happening? Let me make sure I've opened the chat. I don't even realize I didn't open the chat. I apologize. Okay. The chat is open, which leads me to the next thing on my list of housekeeping as we get going here. I'm late, okay? So whereas I would have been like, hey, we're 15 minutes in, I believe I am only like 5 minutes in, okay? I'm going to have to figure out how the timer works because I don't think I'm 15 minutes in. I don't know. I think I'm 5 minutes in. If you know how far in I am, like leave it in the chat. Help a sister out, like so that I know how far in I am because, I'm kind of doing this myself. I don't have a producer, guys. I do this by myself, okay? And I have to kind of like take notes and remember where everything is and how everything goes. And if you could help, that would be great. I'm asking for that from you. So yeah, next up on the list was to leave your questions, comments in the chat. I did not have a sign up for a guest today. And although I do, I offer like the sign up for the guests, but the one person who signed up, it wasn't really like going to go with this topic today. And so I had to send like a really nice, hey, this is not really going to align with this topic today, but next week we can totally go into it, which I really want to because I received a lot of questions about her topic, especially after all of the things that I posted on Instagram, on TikTok. So I received like a lot of questions about it. So I definitely want to get to her. So if she answers yes and says she wants to be a guest, next week we'll have a guest. Now, if you want to be a guest, the best way to do it is to sign up for the Creatrix Chronicles. It's like the email list that goes with, my peoples, right? So you sign up to be on the email list. I send out every time I'm doing a Metaphysical Mondays now, I just send out to the email list, hey, do you want to be a guest? And if you want to be a guest, what is your question? So that I kind of know, I kind of did a little preparation, I got a bunch of open centers, okay? So I can't just be like out here unprepared, I can't go winging it, plus I'm an older lady. So, winging it, not so, forte right now. Anyway, so yeah, if you sign up for the email list. I send out the email. There's a form in the email. It says what we're talking about this week. It says what your question is. You sign up. Bing, bam, boom. You're a guest. It's that easy. But without being a guest, the best way to reach me and to get some energy going with me, to interact with me, is to leave a comment. Feel free to like, subscribe, share this with people. Those are all free, very, very free. Like, you don't get charged for your likes, guys. I don't know if someone told you this, but your likes nobody's gonna come through and be like, hey, you liked one extra thing today, so we now need to charge you. No, likes are free, and I give out likes freely. Like, I will like people like my algorithm. My algorithm is a little, it's a little skewy because I like so many different things. I can't help that, and I like things freely. I can't help that, like, and I haven't been charged yet for any of my likes. So I promise you, if you like this, you will not be charged. Okay. If you share this, you also won't be charged. And again, subscribing to the channel, The Soulful Creatrix on YouTube, is free. Following me at Asia Stormborn on any of my social medias is also free. These are just free ways that you can help people. And, did I mention that I'm a Black-owned, female-owned business here? I'm just trying to, roll in just like everybody else into 2025, living my best life, okay? Let's see. So I got join the mailing list, leave questions in the comments, like and subscribe. All right. Did the West Palm Beach in-person sessions. We have a sound bath. Last sound bath of the year. I remember the first sound bath of the year. I was like, I'm having the first sound bath of the year way back in January. Way back in January. Guys, we are now at the last sound bath of the year. This is going to be awesomely spectacular. I think I'm going to have to do something special. I don't know what it's going to be yet. It's at Herbs and Earth. It's on December 29th, okay? It's on the calendar on my website. I have not filled out a flyer for it yet, but it is there. It is happening December 29th, 11 a.m., Herbs and Earth, okay, on Northwood. Come find us. The sound baths have gotten so spectacularly wonderful. I mean, they do sometimes get packed now, and yesterday, I did not realize how many people were actually in the sound bath setting with me until I did a special blessing over everyone individually, right? And when I had to do like the special individual blessing, I use a pyramid and all. And when I did this, I looked around and I'm like, bruh, there's a lot of y'all. Like, I had not realized it, because when I'm playing, I'm just kind of in the vibe. Like, I'm kind of just doing what I do. And then, you come in and I might say, what's up while I'm playing or whatever. But I don't really look around and see, like, counting how many people are there. And there were a lot. I love it because I love, like, when the energy kind of all melds together during a sound bath, right? When we're all, like, bringing in that energy. And yesterday was like a choose your own adventure using my empath cards. So it was very special. Each one is special. They're always different. But next one is on December 29th, okay? So I think that's everything. And now we can get into the manifesting abundance portion of our show, of our program. But I also wanted to share that what I've started doing, I kind of wanted to play with it a little bit, because honestly, there aren't that many of us here. You know what I mean? So I think that this is a great time to play with it, If this goes wrong, just tell me. Like, put something in the chat. Asia, don't do that ever again. Okay, do not do it. Why did you do that? Don't do it ever again. Just do not do it. But I do want to try it. And this is something that I've been working with, like, with my clients, with my email list. I started again, putting it out, in emails now. Okay. And I'm going to attempt in going into the new year and going from now going forward to do it more on a consistent weekly basis. Okay. And that is a weather forecast, not like the weather from not an Al Roker, not a Ginger Z, okay, but I have been, and you guys have been on this path with me as I've been working through human design and learning, human design charting. I've been putting more human design into the divine path readings. I've been doing more transit work with myself with human design, and I decided that I was going to start doing transit weather little energy readings with the human design chart into like my Metaphysical Mondays. Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. We've discussed over this last year, especially I think when I started maybe March, April, May. Go back there. I just try to go back with me because it's been like forever for me. Okay. So I want to say March, April, May, maybe June, sometime around there. I started talking about like a deep dive into human design. Okay. And at first, when I started the deep dive into human design, I was like, bruh, this seems a lot like astrology, kind of like sprinkled in. Like basically it was giving the idea that somebody did not like astrology that much and kind of wanted to, add in some extra things. And because he was a male, they were like, oh, this is awesome. And it was a little facetious of me, I get it, but at the time, that's what it felt like. I kind of kept diving, 'cause I'm open-minded. I am an open-minded individual. I'm literally an open-minded individual because I don't have a center in my head. Okay, it's open. Okay, so I'm literally an open-minded individual. Okay, to be clear, I have ajna, which is basically here, soul, what do you want to say, soul, spirit, source, that type of, communication, pineal gland, and I have voice. Okay. So I'm just this broad who has like, nothing but spirit and voice to, to put out there what I need to say. Okay. Everything else is open for me. I posted my chart on Instagram. If you don't believe me, I basically only have two centers. They're right here. Everything else is open. This leads to the conclusion of why when I'm standing next to somebody, I'm pretty much just like a radio tuned frequency channel type, gathering what they're feeling, what they're thinking, what they're communicating, what they don't want to communicate. It's a lot, right? But the human design chart caught it, put it out there. Like before I looked at the chart, this was already the case. If you know me, you know. If you stand next to me long enough, I'm probably already figured out what you're feeling, how you're feeling it, what you're thinking, Just is what it is, and I sit there really trying to be quiet and trying to focus my own, energy and keep myself in check, But yeah, the human design chart caught it. I looked at my chart and I was like, oh, now that makes perfect sense. Okay. So we went through and I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and do the experiment. That's what it's called when you're kind of living in alignment with your chart, with your design, right? What is that? It's living in alignment, right? What does that look like for you? Waking up each morning knowing that you're living in alignment with basically how you were designed. Okay. And as it started to like get in, like when I'm doing the dives and I'm doing the work like with my clients, and I'm like, you know what, this is making so much sense. Like it's surprising, you know? So yeah, that's where we are. That gets us to today. Okay. I just kind of wanted to give some backstory on how I ended up in on like the human design, adding it to the services that I do. So I am not I don't know, I guess they have like certified like human design experts and stuff like that. I am not that. Okay. What I am, though, is a certified alternative healing practitioner, which means that I get to pick and choose and put together my healing modalities in the way that work best for me. Okay. And so adding human design works. I'm the goddess that gets to do what she wants. Okay. That's how this works. But I wake up in the mornings now after, figuring out and then doing the experiment and being in alignment. I wake up in the mornings now in alignment, which means I know that when I am doing the work that I'm doing, that I am living in alignment with my purpose. And ironically, and you all are just a part of this, my purpose is helping everybody else figure out their alignment and their purpose. That's always been my purpose. My purpose has always been finding the alignment, putting it together. So even when I was an auditor, I was working in alignment. I'm basically helping governmental agencies at the time. I did it for 20 years as a government auditor, right? So I'm helping governmental agencies come into alignment with what they're supposed to be. The purpose of a grant is blah, blah, blah. Here's where you are falling short with your purpose. You're not in alignment. Here's a 20-page report on how to get back into alignment, right? Crazy when you think about it, but that's exactly what I was doing. And now I'm basically taking auditor world, right? Bringing those things, here's your criteria for what alignment would look like for you. You're sleeping better. You have great sex. You have an awesome relationship. You're not scared at night when you're sitting by yourself. You are able to, walk freely on the streets. You have a sense of empowerment about your spiritual journey. You don't let others get to you with their negativity, whatever that looks like for you. I'm just spitballing out, ideas, but whatever that looks like for you, I bring that as this is what alignment, is for you. Here is where we can help you to get back into that alignment, And yeah, it does feel good. It does. It feels good. Hey, Tim. I don't know if Tim is still on, but it does. It does feel good. And I like to share that with other people. So that's what I do. Okay. So that being said, forecast, weather. It's called weather. When you do a transit, when you do transit work, as far as like what the alignment, what the gates are, there's a lot going on there in human design. If y'all want to actually hear about it, I can totally give you the breakdown. I don't mind giving the breakdown. I can give you the breakdown. If you're interested in the breakdown, leave a comment. Hey, do a Metaphysical Mondays on the breakdown. I will break it down for you. Layman's terms. Why? Because that's what I do. I get it here and then I speak it out in the terms that make sense. That's literally all I do. That's all I've been designed to do, apparently. And that's what I'm doing. Okay. But just know that there are 64 gates. Okay. And in those 64 gates, we have, sun, earth, moon, 9 planets, basically, or 8 planets or 5 planets or whatever it is that are rolling through, because I said the sun and the earth and the moon, so it's not like those are the planets. Anyway, they're rolling through the gates. Okay. And each of the gates aligns with the I Ching. Okay. And then we have, the way that the gates come together, they create our body graph chart with all of these different channels. Okay. So that being said, right now for the 14th through the 19th. So right now, where we are right now, okay, there are a couple of transits that are happening. All right, we have a gate 11 for our sun. So basically, when you're doing weather, you're looking at the sun, you're looking at the earth. Okay, how things are presenting, what we need to embody. Let's go with it like that. All right. And we're presented with the sun being in gate 11, the earth being in gate 12. There are different aspects of that depending on where you are in the world right now, what that could mean for you. But the grand scheme is that we are looking at an opportune, great time for personal growth, all right, for reflecting on our past experiences, for looking at prosperity and joy. Okay. And what happens is like we take this time, we're doing these things, but the key is to not obsess, not allow your ego in on it. Okay. If you did something, you don't like that you did it, come to grips with, this was not what I wanted to have happen. Talk it through with yourself. Okay. Find grace in that. There's, no arrogance in it, no vanity. Don't obsess over it. Okay. But just kind of look over it. All right. And then what we want to do is kind of do this singularly, separately. Okay. And I think that it works because we're at the end of the year. People are already doing this, right? So it kind of just aligns. If you're going in at the end of 2024 and you're like, bruh, that did not work. I don't like that. I don't like where it took me. I don't like what it felt like. It did not align with me at all. I'm ready to leave that in the past. Now is the perfect time to consider those things, and consider those things on an isolated kind of hermit level. Okay. You don't have to share it with everybody. Okay. And as a matter of fact, right now is a time that you probably should not share it with everybody, because you're to come up with finding who those people are that you should be sharing these things with. Okay. And not everybody is your people. Okay. Not everybody is your people. So the goal is to find those people that you can be that most vulnerable with. All right. And you can share it with those people, but don't communicate, stop communicating, sever communication with the wrong people. These people who are just wrong, that you maybe you keep them around because they're family. Maybe you keep them around because they were like your best friend growing up, whatever the reason is. But inherently in your heart of hearts, like inside of you, when you're looking at who you are and you're looking at these people and you're like, they don't align. That's not where I don't want to feel like that one. I don't want to, go and do these parties anymore. I don't want to go in and into, this, meeting and feel like this anymore. You know what I mean? So this is right now the perfect time for doing that. And why? Because we're looking at gate 11, which is the gate of ideas, and gate 12, which is the gate of caution. So that embodiment portion of being alone, finding space for yourself, being able to like put your energy in, and not think about, oh, this is, I need to be doing this, or I should be doing that. Finding worry, this is, coming separately to yourself with grace and ease, with yourself. Okay. And cautiously, right? And deciding who is your circle going to be going forward. There you go. So that's the energy right now from the 14th to the 19th. Now I'm thinking I will probably end up doing like a weekly thing, because a lot of times, gates kind of go, you can get through like a bunch of days, and then like you're in like a gate for a bunch of days, or you can be in a gate for, a long time. Like the slower moving planets, they're in a gate forever, I mean, like, not forever, but for a long, long time. They're just in gates, and just holding on, because that's a lesson that we're supposed to be learning. A lot like in astrology, you have like your Uranus, your Neptune, Pluto, right? They're in a house for a long time, so that we have all of that time to figure out the lesson that's supposed to be learned with that archetype, with those bodies, with those themes. You know what I mean? So it's the same way in human design with these gates. Okay, so I might do this weekly. Let me know in the comments if you like this idea, if you like the idea of the, maybe even the warning of let me go into like isolation. Let me know if that works for you. Okay. I'll come back and I'll look at the comments, I'll say, okay, but this is a great time to dream. This is a great time for allowing your dreams to be, for having that talk like with yourself, with spirit. And that's why during the sound bath yesterday, I allowed for that time, that conversation with source, with self, through a lot of the work that we were doing yesterday. It's just a good time to do it. Okay. And it just so happens to be at the end of this year. And, we want to do it often enough to where, you're allowed to change your mind, babe. You're allowed to grow. You're allowed to make a mistake and say, I did not like that. I'm going to try something different. That is a part of the human experience. It's a part of what makes this whole journey what it is. If we all just came through and we were all perfect, imagine just how fucking boring that would be. So just go with it as that. This is your experiment. And again, if you want some more personalized consulting, let's call it consulting. I don't know if I want to call myself a coach anymore, you know what I mean? But let's call it like consulting, more personalized, someone to converse with about this, someone to help walk you through it. I've added it, like I said, to the divine path reading. The human design aspect is now part of my divine path reading. I think I put out a video where I did it with Sandy, who won the bowl, the goddess giveaway. She did not pick the bowl. I thought she would, but she picked the divine path reading, and it turned out to be awesome. Hey Jay, it turned out to be awesome for her, and she said that she felt empowered, and that's the thing. It's the empowerment that comes with knowing that you are living in alignment with basically your design. If someone said, this is how God made me. Yeah, literally, this is your design, right? This is what you're living in alignment with. And to wake up each morning knowing that the actions that you're taking and your strategy and your authority, and that you're just like working in with that, on your path, is kind of awe-inspiring, as opposed to like waking up every morning like, oh man, this sucks, I hate this, I got to go to this job where nobody cares. I was, at the beginning of this year, I was an auditor, right? A government auditor, and I spent most of my mornings trying to figure out how to get out of work, and it wasn't the auditing part, it was the idea that I was given projects that were meaningless. Okay. Understand the futility in auditing something that nobody cares about. The idea of, oh, please go in and look at how many chairs are in each room type situation, and if you're an auditor, that's like your nightmare, right? Like you're like, I don't want to have to go count chairs to find out whether or not our chair count is in alignment with what our chair count should be. You know what I mean? I was asking questions, and when I'm asking these questions, the answer is obviously no, it doesn't matter. But the person giving me the assignment wanted to make it feel like it mattered somehow, some way, and it just never did, So I'm waking up every morning feeling unfulfilled, useless, you know what I mean? Feeling like there could be something better. Right? And deciding that I was just going to take the plunge and be in alignment. Okay, that like I'm going to work in alignment. So you getting to see me here today, this is me in alignment. Me getting to tell you what I've learned while I'm sitting around on my spiritual journey, that's literally what I'm designed to do. Okay, you standing next to me and me feeling that something is off, and trying to come up with a way for you to invite me to help you, because I'm a projector, so I now have to be invited. Okay, so me like trying to come up with ways to help you, to help me, to help you, so that we can get you back into alignment. That's my design. Okay, so that being said, we are now moving into manifestation in 2025. I know I still don't think that I am late, because I think that I'm at 30 minutes and not 34, but I don't know. We're going to go with I'm at 30 minutes. I'm taking 5 minutes every time. I don't know, because I did have to go talk to the dog. Okay. But here we are on the end of, hold on, let me get my, I have to make sure I have my notes up. Here we are at the end of 2024. Is that's the correct year, right? I realize time is not my friend. Okay. Literally, I feel like I blinked and we went from February to December. Like, it happened so fast. I was not prepared for the speed at which time was going to just kind of flow by. Okay. And I think about this, I'm like, I'm never prepared for the amount of speed that time is kind of just flowing by us. But here we are. We are in December. So I said that I was going to give you guys some tricks, some tips on manifestation for bringing forth the 2025 that you are wanting. And here's some caveats, okay? Some provisos, some quid pro quos, okay? First of all, the way that your 2025 is going to look for you is going to be highly dependent on how you see things. Okay. We've talked about this all year. Okay. Aligning with the vibration of where you're trying to go, or where you're going, because we don't try, but aligning with that vibration of where you are seeing yourself in the future. Let's say it like that. Okay. Aligning with that vibration. All right. Aligning with the idea that it is possible to be the co-creator in your life. Okay. If you start off already on the idea that what happens to you happens to you from somewhere outside of you, and you are kind of just being acted upon, it's you're already starting at a negative. It's that much harder. Okay. It's that much harder to just try to get in on a to try and manifest, I guess, what I'm trying to say, to try to manifest what it is that you're wanting. Okay. There's a mindset that has to go with it. You have to be aligned with the idea, and you have to be open to the idea that you are a co-creator. Okay. You are playing a very key, very pivotal role in everything that happens to you. Okay. The accountability that goes along with that. And I think that those things right there, just the accountability and the knowing, the openness to that, is where so many people fall short, because we were taught, hi Avenel, we were taught, especially if you grew up in like a very highly religious household, right? You're taught as a baby, basically, that you have these things happening to you. Okay. And that if something happens to you, it's because somebody else wants it to happen to you. Okay. Has pretty much nothing to do with you. You're kind of just floating around like a little fish in a pond. Nothing that you do is going to make anything better or not. It's basically all kind of depending on whether or not somebody else, purple, what did that guy call it? Purple dishwasher monkey, whether purple dishwasher monkey out in the sky somewhere likes you, likes what you've done, feels happy with what you've done, isn't disappointed in you. And because if those things have happened and you've done good, you're a good girl, you're a good boy, then you get bestowed these situations that are awesome for you. Okay. And I mean, we've already talked, just go back and look. Okay. Just go back and look. Okay. Because we've already done the talking on this. Okay. The idea that there would be, a deity so infinitely infinitely powerful that the whole idea was just to sit here and look at us like fish in a pond, right? That just, needed to make this deity, which happens to be male somehow, just happy. all day, every day. And that's just our goal, right? It's a lot. We talked about it. I'm not going to talk about that right now, okay? But if that's your thinking, if that's how you were brought up, if that's what you believe, if that's where you are, in life, and that's how you feel, anything I say from here going forward is not going to matter. You're not going to want it. You're not going to get it. You're not going to agree with it. You might as well just shut off now, like everybody. Okay, like you might as well just, shut it down, go on about your business, take the rest of your time, do what else, you're gonna do, okay? Because that's just how you are. I am not in the place where I am. It is not an alignment for me to try to convince you that anything that you believe is not true. I am not one to try to convince you of anything. That's not my goal. It's not my job. All right. It's not in my design anyway. Okay. All I'm supposed to do is tell you what I know and then move forward. All right. That's what I do. Okay. So if that's how you believe, cool. Have fun with it. Again, probably wasting your time listening for the rest of this, live stream, because we're going to talk about co-creator shit. Okay. Like we're talking co-creator shit. And if you're not a co-creator, why are you listening? You see what I'm saying? Now you're just going to get yourself mad because I'm going to say some stuff and you're going to be like, that's not true. And I'm going to be like, hey, we already discussed this part. All right. So you have to be in alignment with the idea just mentally that you are a co-creator. Okay. That you were put on this earth, a spiritual being, into a human body to have these experiences, to find ways to use that pineal gland, that the 90% of the energy that we have that none of us seem to be using correctly right now, right? That you have these gifts and you have these experiences so that you can help move forward the human experience. Which, I mean, look, if I were a deity, that's what I would do, So this is all I can talk about. It aligns with what I would do. I'm like, okay, awesome. I'm here for it. Also, my deity would likely be like a two-spirit or non-binary type thing, okay? I don't know. That's what my deity would be. If I had to make a deity, that's what my deity would be. But my deity would be talking to me on a daily basis about this co-creator thing. Hey, Asia, what are we creating today? I don't know, man. It's like a Phineas and Ferb type thing, What are you going to do today? Oh, I know what we're going to do today. Let's go and create a soul space so that you can have people and work with people on a one-to-one basis without having to ask anybody else for using their space. And you already have the space right there, so why not do it? We already have it. It's already there. Let's go with it. Well, yeah, deity, let's go with it. And then we're on to our thing. Okay? That's pretty much me explaining it in a cartoonish kind of level, but that's co-creation. All right? You wake up each morning, and if you woke up this morning, then you were given gifts and a purpose. And that purpose aligns with how you were designed. You are not going to be a fish and be designed to, climb mountains as your purpose. That's just not how it's going to happen, okay? The way you are, the person you are, the human you are, is going to be in alignment with something, some task, some gift that you were designed to do, that you are supposed to do, that if you don't do it, nobody else can do it, okay? And when you come into alignment with that, and you've decided, okay, I'm going to co-create using these gifts and this purpose that I'm given, that's how we get to the manifestations. Okay, that's how we get to those magical moments where we are seeing things happen because we thought them. Right? At one point, yes, I do remember thinking it would be cool to have my own space. Let me go and try to find my own space. Let me go searching all over the place for my own space. Bitch, the space was right here. Girl, your space is there. Just go and use the space. Use the space. Here's a free RV, okay? You need to put your other shit somewhere. Here's a free RV. Go on. Go. Just do what you got to do. You see what I'm saying? That's my life right there, okay? You wake up and I'm like, oh, I got to go in and write another report that nobody's going to read, first of all. 20, 40 pages that nobody's going to read. Just that's, I'm sure, yeah, the pay was awesome. The pay was great. The pay was excellent. Okay. Perfect for me because, I'm a single woman. Okay. But the heart feels no. But now I get to do the exact same thing for people who want it, people who are asking me, people who are inviting me into their lives and saying, hey, Asia, what is it? I wrote it down. I'm a highly sought after sound and energy healer. I don't remember when I wrote that down. I know I wrote it down though. And here we are. Okay. So this is what gives me the the purview to be able to help you on this round. Okay. So that's where we're going. Let's see. The true meaning of abundance in various aspects of life. Now, this is also something that might just be hard for you to digest. And I'm gonna apologize, but I gotta say it. Not all abundance is the same. Okay. I don't know what I would do if I had $8 billion as my net worth. I probably would be like dead in a ditch somewhere because that is not where I am supposed to be. Okay. I'm not Jeff Bezos rich type person. Like, that's just, I don't know that I would be of service if I had Jeff Bezos type money. Like, you know what I mean? Okay. So with that in mind, if you wake up and you think abundance means you have to make 6 figures, you have to make 8 figures, you have to make 7 figures. Okay. You have to have 4,000 square feet of house. You have to have 4 cars. You have to have insert monetary material thing. Okay. If that is where abundance is for you, it's going to be a lot harder for you to manifest the things that you want. Why? Because now we're working with matter. Okay. And working with matter takes a little bit more time. Something we would just have to talk about maybe offline. Okay. But it is possible. Again, remember the other things that I said before. Okay. But it is possible. All right. Especially if you're coming from zero, it's possible. Not saying it's not possible, but the amount of alignments that you have to do in order to get to, if you are, vagrant, or, you are sleeping on your friend's couch right now and you have, $12 in your account, the amount of work that you're going to have to do to align to a point where you are able to attract $8 billion worth of net worth. Okay. It's not an overnight thing. It's not impossible. It's just hard. Okay. And then you have to think, is this something that I want to do? Is this a person who I want to be? Do I want to do the things that I'm going to have to do in order to be that person? Because again, like I said, if I had $8 billion as my net worth, I might be in a ditch somewhere. I don't even know where I would be because I don't align with that. Okay. I align with middle-aged woman with enough house so that I don't go crazy trying to clean it, with enough rooms right now that I can know what is happening in my house, with enough, obviously more than enough yard space now, but with enough yard space and enough, things going on my go crazy trying to figure out how to keep all of my trees alive, all of my plants alive, all of the weeds dead, right? Like, this is where I am. Okay. And I know that this is where I am. The idea is to know where you are. And if abundance means something that you are not, you're going to have to do some work. It's going to take you some time. It's not going to be easy. And you have to understand that it's not a, let me get it. It's not that. Okay. Play that dude's sound in all of your Instagram reels all you want. But if you are not doing the things that align with what you need, you're not going to get it. It's not going to happen. Okay. So you need to know what abundance means for you. I consider abundance the freedom that I have to do what I want. I can say what the fuck I want to say right now. Okay. I don't have to worry about, is my boss going to be mad? I don't have to worry about, am I going to lose funding? I don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, oh, this is terrible. Okay, I can say what I want. I wake up when I pretty much want. My child is now at an age where, honestly, if I wanted to, I could wake up a lot later. I wake up when I want. Okay, I go to sleep when I want. You see what I'm saying? I can put whatever sheets I want on my bed and whatever curtains I want, and I can watch whatever I want on TV. Is that freedom? The freedom part is very important to me. Okay, so abundance for you is going to look different than abundance for me. Okay, I don't know. I have a lot of love. I got like 2 dogs who can't get enough of me somehow. I don't know. One licked my foot this morning, and I was like, yo, I think he's in love with me. Okay, here for it. Okay, to know that if I'm here by myself and someone's barking, typically if he starts barking, it means there's something that I need to be worried about. Like, to me, that's abundance. Okay, having that love. My children call me, that's abundance. Friends call me up, hey Asia, what's going on? To me, that's abundance. Being able to call my friends and say, yo, I was thinking about you, that's abundance. All right. And then when it comes to just even gifts, still trying to find out who this fish dream was about, but the fish dream in itself is abundance for me. Okay. The ability to feel and to know that I can, that's abundance to me. And the ability to be aligned with it, totally abundance for me. Okay. So you want to know what abundance is for you. All right. Now, we talked about alignment. You're going to have to go back because I'm running out of time, but you're going to have to go back and look. We did a whole live stream on raising vibration. And what I felt like when I was doing a manifestation in 2025 video, I kind of didn't want to do it at first, but I was like, let me go ahead and do it because it is kind of like a way to wrap up everything that we've talked about for the last 10 months now, in a way that makes sense. Okay, so when we talked about raising vibration, that was because we want to be able to put ourselves at that vibrational level to where our heart space is open so that we can begin the conversation with spirit, with source of, where we want to be. Okay. It was important. So you have to go back and look at it. Okay. Because we did talk about that. Let's see. The clear and powerful intentions. Okay. We've talked about this year. We talked about everything that we've wanted, we got. You just didn't know that you were doing some extra stuff, adding shit to your mix that was making it so that the thing that you're looking at does not present in the way that you said it, right? So the key was clear intentions. Okay, if I say that I want to, that I am, because we already started with the I wants, you're going to be wanting, right? So we talked about that. I am blah blah blah, right? I am a highly sought after healer and guide, right? If you say things like I am, the best singer in the world, and then you go to sleep thinking, man, I really didn't do this, or I should have done this, or this should have happened. You're going to get your, that's likely what you're going to get. If you are thinking in a way, oh man, I am this, I am the best football player in the league right now today. Okay. If you're thinking I'm the best football player in the league right now today, and you're feeling that, and then something happens and you start fearing what's going to happen to me tomorrow. Oh man, what if this guy is better? That fear energy is always going to overcome the other energy. Fear energy, which is a very powerful energy. We talked about this, okay? Fear energy being very powerful. It's going to be so much more that you're going to have to do to combat that fear energy in order to make what you're wanting grow. So if you did say in your manifestation, journey, I am blah, 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 best NFL player to date. And then you went to sleep fearful of the next thing that was going to happen, or fearful that you didn't have enough money, or fearful that this person you're going to talk to is not going to get you in line with where you need to go. That came to fruition. Man, I knew that was going to happen. That came to fruition. Okay. So these are just things that you're going to have to just know. You know what I mean? We're going to put those back in. We're going to try it again. So I would say if you're looking for 2025, you want to think, where did I fall short with counteracting what I wanted by adding in additional things to the mix? Someone once told me that I am like a push-pull type person, right? I'll be like, yes, I want this here. And they'll be like, ooh, but what about this? You're basically doing that with you in your co-creation process. If you're going to like pull somebody in, you're pulling this thing in and it's so close and you're like, yes, I see it. Here it comes. I got this whatever that I'm wanting and here it is. And then you're like, oh man, but when did this happen? And then whoosh. And I can tell you this, even in the human design world, they're talking about how this shift that is happening in like 2027 will make it so that we're not even having to do like the write down process, right? Like if you're aligned enough, you're not even gonna have to do the write down process, right? It's a feeling process. We're getting to where it's just our feeling. You know what I mean? It's kind of important to know, So ways to align our energy, practical steps for manifesting prosperity and create life with abundance. That's where we are. That's what I've been saying. Okay, so yes, feel free to write down your intention. I do this thing where I like to burn my intentions with fire on special occasions. I just enjoy the ritual of it all, okay? In the tarot, I'm going to get that Hierophant card. It happens all the time. I get it all the time. I like the ritual of it, okay? There's something about the ritual. And that's what I love ritual in religion, okay? There's just something about the ritual of it all, right? The eating the bread, right? The drinking of the blood. Like there's something about that ritual. And yes, baby, that's a ritual. You over there doing rituals, eating the body and drinking the blood, right? Anyway, there's something about that I really like. And I like because it creates like a more open heart center, right? So when you're writing things down, it's putting that feeling into it. You have to put that feeling into it. You have to have that open heart, right? There's no way to get to the Father except through me, the heart. You got to go up. Okay, that's the message. Okay, and there's something very intriguing to me about that ritual part of it. I would say keep the ritual part going. Hey, Alex. I would say keep that ritual part going. Definitely an important aspect of it, because especially if you like it. Now, don't do the shit if you don't like it. Okay, don't be like, Asia told me that I have to go and burn pieces of paper because it's gonna help me out. No, don't do it if you don't like it. I like the ritual. Okay. For me, it is helpful. I don't have no energy centers. Okay. So for me to be able to feel embodied and grounded in something, I like it. All right. And I'm going to do it when I like it. All right. Again, if you have questions, feel free to leave the questions in the comments. And let me see. Okay, now I can say that yes, we are getting close to the end. I can say, I know I messed up earlier, but I'm gonna say it now. We definitely did get closer to the end. But if you have questions, if there's something like specifically for you that when it comes to like manifesting in 2025, and you are interested in where that goes for you, Q&A session is now open. All right. I've been asking y'all to leave your questions the whole time. Okay. So if I don't see any questions, then I think we're going to be pretty much done. If that makes any sense. So if that makes any sense, because I did the energy work at the beginning. Okay, you can't see it. I'm pointing to the part where I read it on the screen. You can't see it, but we talked about, the gates and the transits and human design earlier today. Okay. Again, if you want to be a guest and you want to kind of go through like specifically for you on whatever the topic is that we are talking about, join the Creatrix Chronicles. Join the Creatrix Chronicles. I'm falling asleep, guys. Join the Creatrix Chronicles. I think that's what I called it. The email list. All right. It's on my website. There's an email list. There's like a way to sign up. You sign up, and then I tell you when I'm going to be live, and then you get to be a guest. That's pretty much how that works. Okay. I think that's everything. The last thing was the affirmations. Okay. We talked about this also. This recap has been kind of spectacular for me because I'm glad that I mentioned it all. But we did talk about universal laws. We did talk about aligning with the vibration of where you're trying to see. Okay. We did talk about that what you are thinking has to happen with feeling. Okay. We've talked about all of these things. And we did talk about affirmations having to be in the positive, in the present, and I believe that that's it. In the positive and in the present, okay? I am the best NFL player to date, okay? We can talk about time another time, but you want to, because time, when we're talking like universal constructs, time was a human construct. So to be like, I will be blah, 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 I will be the best NFL player to date, you're going to be waiting around for that for a while because now we have to wait for to date to happen, which technically doesn't happen because it's always like a new date. So there's skills, there's levels to this. Okay. I am the best NFL player to date. Might not be the best way to go about that. I am the best NFL player in 2025. You might get a little bit better on with that one because there's some finite cutoff. There is some time structure there. There is the I am of it all. And you're being very specific. You want to be very specific with your affirmation that you're going to be repeating to yourself. Okay. That's it. Okay. I feel like I gave you all the tools. Go back and watch this. It's going to be on YouTube. I don't know when. It happens magically. It'll end up on YouTube. You can like it there. You can comment. You can go back and rewatch it as many times as you want. Okay. You can like it. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can share the stream. You can share the video if you want. Those are free. Remember, we talked about that. Okay. Again, if you're in West Palm Beach, come see me on December 29th. I'll be at Herbs and Earth. If you are in West Palm Beach and you want some one-on-one work done, some embodied work, or you want to get, some virtual stuff, and you want to get some consulting done, that's virtual. You don't have to be in West Palm Beach for that. Come find me, okay? All my information is probably somewhere in a description, somewhere on a profile, somewhere, wherever you are looking. There's an email you can find me. There's a phone number you can find me. And my whole calendar is there, okay? This was good, guys. I'm glad that I got to finally do it, only because I thought for sure with everything that was going on just before we started, I thought for sure that meant, it wasn't going to happen, but it did. It happened. So I'm glad I'm done. Okay. Next week, I'm going to start answering these questions. Everybody saw the stuff that I posted on Instagram and TikTok. And I think that's some muscle, some muscle, what do you call it? Muscle healing, relaxation, the body of it all. So this was more like the deification of it all, the spirit of it all, but we're gonna do some actual body of it all stuff next time. Okay. Until next time, I am still Asia. I'm still the Soulful Creatrix, and I'm wishing you nothing but love and peace and many continued blessings. Bye bye for now.